All right. What is up, everybody? It is your boy Razorbacks Rule, and welcome back to another schedule prediction. Today we are going to be doing the LSU Tigers. Okay, the LSU Tigers. LSU comes off of a 9-3 season, but with Jaden Daniels at quarterback, you think they would do much better, but they come off of a 9-3 season. So now losing all that talent, they got Garrett Nussmeier coming in at quarterback, and they lost a lot of talent to the NFL. How will they fare this year with all that talent going out? Well, we take a look at their schedule, and this is a fairly a little bit of a tough schedule, but other than that, it wasn't anything. It's a quality schedule, but anyway, they start out in Las Vegas versus USC. The Trojans. This is kind of one of those matchups where you look forward to, LSU USC, but USC is losing Caleb Williams to the NFL. I think they're losing a lot of talent, and with Lincoln Riley at head coach, which he is a scumbag, by the way. So you didn't hear it from me, but anyway. But USC I just don't think they have the talent that LSU's got. I mean, LSU did lose a lot of talent last year, but I just think LSU is far more the better team than USC, and thus I'm taking LSU to pull out the win to start off 1-0 on the year. Then they get Nichols at home. That should be an easy win right there. No SEC team should lose to an FCS team ever. If you do, you have a problem. If you lose to an FCS team, you have a problem. I'm just gonna say that. 2-0 start for LSU. Then you go on the road to face off South Carolina. I don't think South Carolina will be that much of a threat this year. I think LSU should go on. I think LSU should win that game. But then again, it is on the road, so you never know. But I think LSU should go on the road and beat South Carolina. Then they get UCLA. Last time these two teams faced off against each other, UCLA ended up winning 38-31. But this time it is at home, and LSU's got a new coach. They got a much better team. I think so everybody's expecting LSU to fight around, but I think UCLA can fight around for a little bit. I expect them to fight around for at least a little bit, but I got LSU winning this game, starting off to 4-0 on the year. Then they get South Alabama at home, and I think they should win that easily. So, but then again, you never know. South Alabama, don't underestimate teams like South Alabama. Then they go to 5-0. Then you get Ole Miss at home. You know, I am really high on the Rebels this year. I'm really high on the Rebels. I think Jackson Dart is going to be. I think the Ole Miss offense is going to be great, but the defense is kind of left with a little bit of a question mark. I expect this to be a really good shootout here. I expect this to be a shootout here since it's at home. I expect this to be a real good shootout between two SEC foes, but at the end of the day, I think Ole Miss just has the better offense, and I think their defense will get a stop or two, and I think they take the win at Baton Rouge. So I got LSU suffering their first loss of the year versus Ole Miss, and then they go on the road at Arkansas. The Razorbacks coming off of a 4-8 season. They added some talent into the postseason, but this is kind of a little bit of a question mark team. How do they do it? How do they do in this? So, yeah. But I'm just saying this is a trap game for LSU at Arkansas. Now, sure, LSU is the better team. I'm not saying that. LSU is clearly the better team than Arkansas, but for it being in Fayetteville and the home crowd there is always loud there. If Arkansas is competitive, the home crowd is loud. I think this is going to be one of those fluky games. I think so don't go call me crazy. I think Arkansas will pull off the shocking upset here. Now, LSU is the better team, but sometimes the better team doesn't win. So I'm going to say this is one of those fluke type losses that Arkansas gets LSU in. I think Arkansas beats them. LSU is clearly the better team, but sometimes the better team just doesn't win. So I'm going to go with Arkansas to pull off a little bit of a fluke upset here. And I just have LSU going to 4-2 on the year. Then they get on the road at Texas A&M. So honestly, A&M has a pretty good squad. I mean, they're a little bit of a question mark this year. little bit of question mark. But I think they got a really good offense to work with, and after 2 losses, I think LSU will be ready to go for this game. After 2 losses, I think LSU will be ready to go. I think they come into A&M, and I think they pull out the win to go to 6-2 on the year. Then they get Alabama at home, on the Crimson Tide, and honestly, everybody's expecting LSU to pull off a win here, but Alabama coming in, they got a lot but they're recruiting a lot better now, because Alabama's recruiting a lot better, and honestly, everybody's expecting, LSU's going to beat Alabama. Not so fast. I think Alabama gets the loss. Y'all are going to criticize me for it, but I think Alabama goes on the road and beats LSU. Then they get Florida on the road. That's another potential trap game. Florida could be coming in with a desperation need of a win. This could be a trap game like the Arkansas game. Florida, I don't expect Florida to be that kind of good, but this could be a trap game just like the Arkansas game. But I think LSU will learn from what happened at Arkansas, and I think they get this win right here. That'll give them to 7-3 on the year. Then they get Vanderbilt at home. I don't think Vanderbilt will be much of a threat. I think LSU should win that game easily. Then they get Oklahoma at home, their final game of the year. Honestly, Oklahoma's going to be a good team. And Oklahoma, I don't think they're going to be really that much of a good team. I think they're going to get a little bit humbled in the SEC this year. And I think LSU will win this game at home. I think Oklahoma could keep it close, but I think LSU will win it. So that means I got LSU finishing off the season at 9-3 with a 5-3 record in the SEC. And honestly, will this be enough to get them into the college football playoffs? Probably not, because you got that loss to Arkansas. I think that might hurt them a little bit, but yeah, I say 9-3 for LSU. And honestly, I don't get the LSU hype. I really just don't get it. I don't really get the LSU hype. I mean, they're losing a lot of talent to the NFL last year. Now, sure, they are recruiting good, but this is Garrett Nussmeier's first year starting, and honestly, I just don't understand the hype. I mean, what is the hype about LSU that people are so excited about? I don't see it. They must see something that I don't, but I just don't understand the hype. I see a 9-3 season, but there are 2 potential trap games in this game. At Arkansas and at Florida, those are 2 potential trap games. I say our LSU loses to Ole Miss and Alabama, and I think they drop. I think in an Arkansas and Florida game, I think they drop either one of those games. I got them dropping the Arkansas one, but I think LSU I think LSU will drop to either Arkansas or Florida, since I think Arkansas will either drop to. I think LSU will drop to either Arkansas or Florida. So anyway, that will be my prediction. 9-3 is my prediction for the LSU Tigers. Thank y'all so much for joining me and watching my prediction. I got Mississippi State's coming up next, and I will see y'all next time. Peace out, Razorback Nation. Peace out.